Alright, what's up, YouTube? I want to talk a little bit more about the V2K and what it actually is. Um, because some people still think that, it's something that is not. Okay? And I just want to kind of clarify, if I can. I mean, everyone's not going to understand what I'm talking about, even though I'm reading it from the horse's mouth. Okay? So I have here today with me Project Soul Catcher. Okay? This is Dr. Robert Duncan's on book that he wrote about basically remote neural monitoring. The whole 9 yard is in this book. Like I said before, you can go pick the book up on Amazon. You can also download the PDF file, for free. If you got a printer at home, you can print it out, or you can just download it and read it off your computer, or even off your phone. You can download it to your phone. But anyhow, when it comes to V2K, V2K is actually a combination of people and chatterbots. Alright? So, there's no way, I don't care if they, I hear people say, well, they do a shift, rotating shift, and that's how they stay on there all the time. There's no way possible, what I'm saying? There's no way possible for any human being to continue to talk constantly. They say, well, they watching you through your eyes. Look, listen. There's one person, or probably like very few people, like a group, that can do that. That may be doing that to certain people. But most of you guys are just being mocked by the chatterbots, because the chatterbot is hooked up to your brainwave signature. Okay, this is how it knows your next thought. It's very fast. It can actually, artificial intelligence is what it is. It can actually play a video game for the first time and beat the video game. Okay, if that makes sense. So it's always one step ahead of you with your thoughts, because it puts thoughts in your head. Okay, so if it put thoughts in your head, then of course it's gonna know your thoughts. Alright? That's why it makes a cognitive model of your brain, because it needs to know every word you would use, every phrase you would come up with, even if it's slang, everything that you would possibly think about, anything that you would possibly do. This is why it's called remote neural monitoring, because it monitors your neurons in your brain. This is why I put up the video about the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe controls all of your emotions. Okay? This is just one portion of your brain. It controls different parts of your being. Basically, your sensitivity, your anger, and so much stuff. But anyhow, before I get too far ahead, all right, this is Dr. Robert Duncan book. This is page 214. Now, I put this in another video. I know a lot of people don't watch my videos, but it doesn't matter. Whoever watches them, just spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Spread the word to other people. Talk about it on your video. or something, you know, because this is straight from the guy who helped make the stuff, Robert Duncan. He was involved with making remote neural monitoring. All right, so on page 214 in the book, Project Soul Catcher. All right, they talk about chatter box. All right, and I'm going to read to you. A chatter is a term used in the intelligence community. It means a gross aggregate of communication via any media. Okay? Any media. So this means Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you know, all of the social media platforms. Alright? It says it is also used when sampling the mental chatter of a population. So Chatterbox samples the mental chatter of a population. Whether that population be everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitter, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Instagram, everybody at your house, everybody in your neighborhood, whatever. It samples the chatter to figure out what is everybody talking about. Okay? So, with that being said, let's move on. It says, what is the aggregated view, emotion, or opinion is the question it answers. Alright? So it knows emotions, views, and opinions. This is the question that it answers about what is the population chattering about. Okay? Alright. So, moving on. If it says chatter is useful in predicting the future. Alright? Predicting the future statistically when humans are involved. If there is a lot of chatter about a terrorist attack, then statistically it might be a terrorist attack. Alright? And it says if there is it says if chatter of a population predict an outcome in an election, then it can be altered. So say if the chatter is saying that Donald Trump is going to win the next election 2020, right? And the chatterbox gets that information back to the CIA, FBI, or whatever intelligence group is seeking this information. And if that's not the outcome they want, they can change it. Okay? The way they change it is through remote manipulation. Alright? So, with that being said, we want to know why are we hearing chatterboxes, right? The TIs. There's something about us, this is why they do it to us. Alright, it says chatterboxes are used to drive people insane, help and train the cognitive function of the brain. Okay? There's that cognitive function again. D-pattern personalities using psychological depression, split personalities, program assassins, or even deprogram them. Alright? So, depression, program depression. So we got COVID going around. Alright, people don't know where their next meal is coming from. Some people losing their homes and jobs. And then we got this stuff doing psychological depression to your brain. And then you have programmed assassins. This is why I say all of those different things that we have going on are just uh, perks to a grand scheme. You know what I'm saying? So with the COVID being around, of course you're gonna be depressed. Of course you're gonna have uh, thoughts of, well, dang, I don't know where my next meal is coming from. I don't know how I'm gonna take care of my family. So with them, they induce uh, people to do hits, assassinations, to go shoot up the market, shoot up the school. This is what's in this book, man. Right here in this book, okay? So we just read that chatters are used to drive people insane. So when you're insane, you're not really in control of your mind. This is what they want to do with the chatterbox to help them. This is why it constantly repeats the same thing. There's no person who's constantly repeating the same thing to you in your head every day. That's how you know that it's not a person. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So they know there's not going to be no other outcome but drive you crazy. They need to discredit you by saying that you are crazy. Alright? These are some of the AI chatterbox programs that the government has made. Alice. Alice stands for, you got A.L.I.C.E. Alice. Artificial Linguistic Internet Computer Entity. This is Alice. Alright? Look it up. Then you have Eliza. E-L-I-Z-A. Eliza. This computer program has been around since 1966. Okay? This was made by Joseph Wenzelbaum. That's a German or a Russian name. Nazi. Okay? Nazi. Adolf Hitler and them type shit. Alright? What is more of them they got? I mean, all this stuff being programmed since the 1960s, man. And you think that they're not advanced more than it was back then? It says one of the first AI chatterboxes that fooled a large percentage of people. This was Eliza. Okay? So these are chatterboxes that you hear talking to you, and they just have people voice settings on there. That's all it is. It's not no person that can talk to you that long. Those people have jobs. Now, it's possible that you may hear real people sometimes, but to fill the void when there's not a person talking to you, it's the chatterbox. They have to go to sleep. They have to rest. They have to eat. They have to tend to their family life. They have to, you know what I'm saying? They have to do everyday life things. Here's another one. Tammy. This is another AI chatterbox that they use. Tammy stands for Thought and Memory Interface. So, thought and memory interface. So they put thoughts in and they're taking your memory. Alright? And the reason why I say that this is done by Caucasian people, the Edomites. Now, if I have any followers that are Caucasian, this is not directed to you. This is directed to the people who are behind remote neural monitoring. These are our enemies. Alright? They have a program called RHIC EDM, which stands for Electronic Desolation of Memory. So they're trying to electronically, because this is what your neurons fire, like they use, your neurons fire electricity. Your whole body has electrodes and things like that. So this is what they're studying, and they're trying to desolate. Desolate means terminate your memory. Try to get rid of your memory. What do they not want you to remember? The assaults, the attacks, whatever if they don't want you to remember. See, with us, we're the study group. So they assaulted us, okay? Splitting memories, splitting our personalities, and then make us not remember to see if their technology works. This is why there's so many TIs. They have to study and research their weapons to make sure that the weapons work. Okay? So here's another AI computer system they got called Satan, which stands for Silent Assassination Through Adopting Networks. Okay? See what I'm saying? All of these names, and Satan is basically the murder-suicide program to get you to kill yourself or to get you to kill someone else. Then they have the Christ program, which is common human routine and interference software technology. Alright? So it's just so much shit that they have to basically torture us with. You see what I'm saying? So people who think that, that it's like spirits, aliens, the ancestors, this is all to fool you and to believe their bullshit. Okay? Yeah, it would be nice to talk to your ancestors, and I believe one day we are gonna do that. But that's not what's going on right now. That's not what's going on. That's not what's going on right now. This is going on in every country, every heritage, every make of people. So is everyone getting in touch with their ancestors at the same time? The Hawaiians getting in touch with their ancestors. Okay? Do you get what I'm saying? Chinese getting in touch with their ancestors. I'm not saying that these people's ancestors are not important, but a lot of people that I hear saying this are blacks and so-called, us Hebrews. So why is that? Because they want to send us out. They want to make us think that, it's something magnificent going on with what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is the government. This is shadow government stuff. Not the actual government, the shadow government stuff. This is their doings. Alright? So you just heard me read that. Like I said, you can go and get the book yourself. Alright? Go and get it yourself. Dr. Robert Duncan. Alright? And it's called Project Soul Catcher, man. It's all there. Every bit of what he learned. I mean, what he learned about it and what he was doing. Because he was involved in making this stuff. It's all here. It's all here. Alright? So yeah, go and check it out. And I guess I'll get back with you guys another time. Right now I'm at work, so I can't really cover this the way I want to. But you know what I'm saying. When you get a chance, go and check this book out, man. Go and read it. It's very informational, and it'll help you with some of your depression and some of the stuff that you may go through mentally. It will help you. All right.